All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone. I salute on street brothers out there preaching his word, sharing the truth. All right. Got this article on the war over there with Russia and Ukraine. All right. Which is a Bible prophecy pursuant to Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, where the Lord basically put it in the mouth of Ezekiel to prophesy that the Gog and Magog, which is the land of Russia, which are the Russians, they're gonna basically revert back into their Soviet Union mindset and not joining, but reclaiming those old Soviet Union lands back. And Ukraine was a part of the Soviet Union before it got disbanded, as you could say, in the early 90s. Okay. But the Lord is bringing Russia back to reclaim those lands that they once had. So this is article here. This is what's this from? Insider. Russia will resort to drafting college students to throw more troops at the front lines, Ukrainian intel says. Okay. Which all these nations are gonna basically have a draft set up when the precipice of World War III starts to get going. Okay, America's gonna have a draft. The countries in the European Union gonna have a draft. NATO countries gonna have a draft. Russia gonna have a draft. China's gonna have a draft. Okay, this is how bad this World War III is gonna be. All right. Russia is preparing to draft college students to the front lines in this war in Ukraine. Now, Russia don't need the draft for Ukraine because Russia can take out Ukraine quick, But, it's all a propaganda war. All propaganda, and this side saying this, the other side saying that. But if you know Russia, the bear, it can take Ukraine down quick. Russia is just being strategic because those Ukrainian people are Russians. All right, they don't want to, destroy their own people. So Russia is being very strategic in its, in its targets. But eventually, Russia is going to draft, its citizens into this World War III. According to Ukrainian intel, universities have set up notification offices to inform students. The intel states that the next wave of mobilization will be completed by April 1st. All right, so that's just a little, little article. You go to the scriptures. Same thing with America. America eventually is gonna send troops, but that's until Iran and those gutter rats in Israel gonna really start fighting. That's when America's gonna start putting their troops on the ground, and it's gonna wind up being in the book of Joel, also in the book of Revelation, the valley of Josaphat, which is Yahweh Shabbat, which is the Most High's judgment, Yahweh's judgment, okay? The valley of decision, Armageddon, all these nations are going to including America, is going to be in the Middle East fighting against each other. Okay, and you already see sides. The sides are being drawn in the sand. You know, China's partnered up with Russia. You know, that was major in the news this week. You know, Jeremiah 51:27, set up the standard in the land, blow the trumpet among the nations. What kind of trumpet? The trumpet of war. Okay, said in NLT, sound the battle cry. You know, prepare the nations against her. Against who? Babylon. The Babylon is America. Okay. Call together against her the kingdoms of Arad, Mini, and Ashkenaz. All right, we'll look up Arad and Mini. It goes into the land of Armenia. And Armenia was once a part of the Soviet Union. Okay. So Armenia is going to join forces with Russia. Okay, in due time. Ashkenaz, that was the area over there. You know, in Europe, because Ashkenaz, I think it was the son of one of the sons of Japheth. Let's see. Let's look. Yeah, descendant of Japheth. And Japheth, you know, if you know history, biblical history, Japheth, after the Noah flood, the flood, you know, that Noah was saved out of, and his 3 sons and their wives. Japheth was one of the sons, and he basically migrated over there in what you call the land of Europe, you know. And Russia, you know, Russia has big land over there, man, including the Soviet Union. So that's basically what Ashkenaz is saying. Okay, because you look up Medes, you know, Medes is Russia, but Medes, you know, is Japhetic as well. You know, so that biblical history right there is, you know, important. You know, if you look on a biblical map, like I said before in Ezekiel 38, Gog and Magog, you know, and that'll be the land of Russia, over there in that land over there, man. Appoint a captain against her, cause the horses to come up as the rough caterpillars. All right, all the military, you know, the military, the equipment, the armory, all of that, tanks, helicopters, jets, Humvees. Okay, you're gonna need soldiers to operate all that. So it makes sense that there is gonna be a draft. You know, Russia's gonna draft, China's gonna draft, America's gonna draft, which is Great Babylon. You know, European countries gonna draft. You know. Prepare against her the nations with the kings of the Medes, the captains thereof. All right, let's look up Medes. Let's see Medes real quick. Medes, Middle Land, a people descended from the son of Japheth who inhabited the territory of Media. What did it say? Northwest of Persia proper, southwest Caspian Sea, Armenia, Assyria. Okay. So as old as the modern day Russians, man. The captains thereof, Japheth, the people of Japheth is the the Samoans, the Tongans, you know, the Aborigines, you know, those people were basically pushed out of their home that was in Europe, you know, pushed out by Esau, and Esau basically took their lands. Okay, was calling, you know, that's the land of the Medes, you know, the land of Gog and Magog. Okay, those lands. and Esau is inhabiting those lands. Okay. The captains thereof and all the rulers thereof and all the land of his dominion. Okay. And the land shall tremble and sorrow, and for every purpose of the Lord shall be formed against Babylon, and to make the land of Babylon a desolation without inhabitant. And what's going to cause that? That's those nuclear missiles. Okay? So eventually, all these nations are going to be fighting in the Middle East. Armageddon is mountain of the troops. So where you going to get the troops from? This got to be a draft. Those troops got to be in the Middle East fighting. Okay? And the height, basically the end of that war is basically, and Yahweh Shai gonna come back with the angels and the missiles gonna be shot off. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight, they have remained in their holds, their might have failed, they become as women. You see it, man. Already America's, teaching that LGBT, making the men of the society, of America soft, making them effeminate, You can already see that, man. They're gonna be soft, man, when this time comes, man. They have burned her dwelling places, her bars are broken. Okay? Well, Joel 3:9, proclaim this among the Gentiles. Okay, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near and then come up. Let all the men of war. Okay? So you're going to need bodies, man. Men. So all these men is going to come from these colleges. Probably high school, senior year in high school. Men that's probably in their 30s and 40s. They're gonna have a wide gap, drafting gap, probably from like 16 to daggone 50. Those gonna be very tumultuous times, man. See that? So this is what's coming, man. But these Babylonians over here in America, they don't know what's going on, man. Them Russians and Chinese, they've been preparing for war. They've been preparing their people for war, man, getting them in the mindset. Okay? And it's gonna hit these Babylonians like a thief in the night, man. Okay? So that's pretty much all I got. It was edifying. Shalom.